from the inception. In fact, what you may not know is that Harvey King and I, who is a long past member for many, many years, helped resurrect the Brotherhood, which there was none at the time when I began as a member of the congregation. And so Harvey and I, at that time, went to Rabbi Schreibman and then Fern Kamen and said, "We understand that you don't have a Brotherhood, and we'd like to know if we could resurrect it." And Harvey became the first president of the Brotherhood, and I was the exec vice president, and then I became the president of Brotherhood after he. And the major task of the Brotherhood was to support the temple's infrastructure from a volunteer basis, as well as do some things to the community. And one of the major things that we did was to run all of the ushering, both for the Saturday services and the high holiday services. And on an initial basis, somebody else was running and coordinating all the ushers for the temple. And after about a year or two, I ended up being asked to take the lead, and did so. And that was back in the day when you actually had to call people and ask them if they would volunteer, and you had to keep your manual lists, as there were no things as Excel spreadsheets and email and self reporting and volunteering. So we did a variety of things and got an active group of people to become volunteers. And here we are 25 plus years later. I'm still in charge of temple ushering, high holiday ushering. But Vicki Weisenberg has come in, I guess about 10 years ago, and was a really strong supporter. And she said, "How about we share these duties? I'll take the family services, you take the adult services, you keep coordinating everybody and getting all the ushers coming in, but I'll run roughshod over everybody, make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to go." So that was the beginning, the middle, and now the current structure of running high holiday ushering. Well, the reality is that I've always been a kind of a person who likes to give back. And my experience through Temple Jeremiah has confirmed that and enhanced that, and has really made me understand what it is with the abilities that I have and the opportunities that I have to help others and to give back to the community. And the whole philosophy of Temple Jeremiah is to be not only warm and welcoming and from generation to generation, but to give back and to do others the fine art of tikkun olam. And it has really been not only the temple's embodiment, but I have bought into it and try to live my life by trying to help others and do for others as just as much as I would hope that they would do for me if I was in need. And I have been lucky enough to be able to have enough time, or at least make enough time, to help those that are in need, and would hope that I could continue to do that as long as I possibly can. In the 2008-2009 market crash, I led myself, my wife Jody, who was also in the recruiting business at the time, and Charles Gurian led a Temple Jeremiah outplacement program, which turned into an accountability program. And together for over 2 years, almost 3 years, we ran weekly accountability programs, meaning that we talked to people about what they were doing about getting themselves jobs, and obviously helped them with resumes and interviewing techniques, but really kept track of what they were doing about how they got jobs. There were really somewhere between 100 and 125 people that went through the program that ended up getting jobs, and therefore it wasn't one person specifically that we helped. It was really all the people that we helped, because they were all members of the congregation, and many of these people had not looked for a job for 10, 20, 30 years, or never looked for a job, or were looking for a job for the first time in those many years. And so the fact that we were able to help myself, Jody, my wife, as well as Charles Gurian, was just a wonderful thing that we were able to do to help and give back to the community. My wife and my family and I are thrilled to death to be part of the Temple Jeremiah community. And it really has changed my life, specifically because of who I was and where I came from, and now where I am. And I enjoy my life and my relationships that I've developed within